Good evening, and welcome to Future Forward, our weekly program dedicated to exploring the critical questions shaping our society. Tonight, we delve into a topic that is becoming increasingly central to modern life. Should internet access be considered a basic human right and provided free to all citizens? It's a question with profound implications for equality, economic development, and individual freedom in the digital age. To discuss this, we have two distinguished guests. Arguing in favor is Dr. Ben Carter, a renowned technologist and passionate social advocate. And arguing against, offering an economic and policy perspective, is Ms. Chloe Davis, an esteemed economist and policy advisor. We will begin with opening statements, followed by rebuttals, a cross-examination, and finally, closing statements. We encourage a robust, evidence-based discussion conducted with mutual respect. Welcome to you both.
Thank you, Isabel. Good evening. I am here today to argue passionately that internet access is not merely a luxury, but a fundamental human right in the 21st century, and as such, should be universally and freely available. In our interconnected world, the internet has evolved into an indispensable tool, a gateway to virtually every aspect of modern life. Consider education. Online resources, remote learning, and access to global libraries of information are now predominantly digital. Denying free access is akin to denying access to education itself, for many. Think about employment. Job searches, applications, skill development, and even remote work increasingly depend on reliable internet connectivity. Without it, individuals are severely disadvantaged in the labor market. Furthermore, civic participation, accessing government services, engaging in public discourse, staying informed about societal issues, is increasingly mediated online. A digitally excluded populace is a disenfranchised one. The current reality is a stark digital divide, where lack of access doesn't just reflect existing inequalities, it actively creates and exacerbates them. This divide disproportionately affects low-income communities, rural populations, and developing nations, deepening cycles of poverty and marginalization. Several UN reports have already highlighted the importance of internet access for human development and have encouraged states to promote universal access. This isn't a radical new idea. It's an evolving understanding of what constitutes a basic right in a digital era. We provide free access to books and knowledge through public libraries because we recognize their value as a public good. The internet is the library of the modern age, the town square, the employment office, and the classroom, all rolled into one. To deny free access is to erect barriers to progress, to opportunity, and to full participation in society. It's time we recognize this digital lifeline for what it is, essential, and therefore, a right for all.
Good evening, Isabel. Dr. Carter. While I wholeheartedly agree with Dr. Carter on the immense importance of internet access in today's world, I must diverge on the notion that it should be provided free as a basic human right. My concerns are rooted in the practical and economic realities of such a proposition. The primary question is, who bears the colossal cost? Providing universal free internet involves far more than just flipping a switch. It requires extensive infrastructure, fiber optic cables, cellular towers, satellites, especially to reach remote or geographically challenging areas. This infrastructure needs constant maintenance, upgrades, and power. The ongoing service provision itself also incurs significant operational expenses. If the service is free to the end user, these costs must be absorbed elsewhere, likely by taxpayers, leading to increased financial burdens or diversion of funds from other critical public services like healthcare or education. Furthermore, declaring internet a free right could severely distort the market. Private internet service providers, ISPs, have invested billions in developing current networks. How would they compete with a free government-provided service? This could stifle innovation, reduce investment in network improvements, and ultimately lead to a lower quality of service for everyone. There's also the crucial question of defining, quote, basic access. What speed is considered basic? Are there data caps? If access is unlimited and free, how do we manage network congestion and ensure fair usage for essential services versus entertainment, for example? Is a 1 megabit per second connection sufficient for a student needing to attend online classes and download research papers, or for someone relying on telehealth? Defining a right without specifying the service level is problematic and could lead to a system that provides access in name only without true utility. While the ideal of universal access is commendable, we must approach it with pragmatic solutions that are economically sustainable and foster, rather than hinder, technological advancement and service quality.
Ms. Davis raises valid points about cost and feasibility, and these are challenges we must address thoughtfully, not use as reasons for inaction. Firstly, the argument about cost often overlooks the immense long-term economic benefits of universal internet access. An informed, connected, and digitally literate population leads to increased productivity, fosters innovation, and creates a more skilled workforce. These are tangible economic gains that can significantly offset the initial investment. Consider the entrepreneurial opportunities unlocked, the small businesses that can reach global markets, the access to online education that upskills citizens. These all contribute to economic growth. Regarding funding models, we are not limited to a single approach. Public-private partnerships can leverage the efficiency of the private sector with the public good mandate of the government. Government subsidies, similar to those used for other essential services, can make access affordable or free. We can also reallocate existing resources, such as universal service funds that currently exist in many countries, to specifically target comprehensive internet access. It's about prioritizing. Technological advancements are also on our side. The rise of satellite internet, municipal broadband initiatives, and more efficient network technologies are continually driving down the costs of deployment and maintenance, making universal access more achievable than ever before. Finally, we must weigh the cost of investment against the societal cost of not providing access. The cost of lost educational opportunities, reduced economic participation, social exclusion, and a widening digital divide is arguably far greater, in the long run, than the investment in connectivity. It's an investment in our collective future, not just an expense.
Dr. Carter speaks with admirable passion about the benefits, and I don't dispute them. However, the mechanisms he proposes for achieving free universal internet still present significant practical hurdles and potential downsides. Public-private partnerships can be complex to manage and may not always align private profit motives with public interest effectively. Government subsidies, while seemingly a solution, can lead to dependency and may not encourage the most efficient use of resources. The risk of government inefficiency in directly providing or heavily managing internet services is substantial. We've seen in other sectors that state-controlled entities often lack the agility and innovative drive of market-based providers, potentially leading to outdated technology and poor service quality over time. Moreover, the difficulty in defining and enforcing a, quote, right to internet access remains. If the government guarantees a certain level of service, what happens when demand outstrips capacity, or when new technologies emerge requiring higher bandwidth? Constant upgrades and reevaluations would be necessary, creating a bureaucratic challenge. There's also the genuine concern of misuse, or overconsumption. If a valuable resource is provided entirely free, without any form of individual accountability or tiered service options, this could strain networks and impact users who rely on it for essential activities. I believe more targeted and market-friendly solutions are preferable. We can provide direct subsidies to low-income households to help them afford existing commercial internet plans. Investing in community access centers, like libraries and community hubs, can offer vital access points without the enormous cost of wiring every single home for free. Promoting robust competition among private ISPs can also naturally drive down prices and improve service quality, making access more affordable for a larger segment of the population. These approaches address the access issue without dismantling market structures or incurring unsustainable public costs.
Thank you both for those insightful rebuttals. Dr. Carter, a question for you. If the internet is provided free, primarily through government initiatives or heavily subsidized models, how do you propose to ensure the continuous improvement of service quality and foster the rapid technological innovation that we currently see driven by market competition and profit incentives?
That's a crucial question, Isabel. Firstly, free at the point of use doesn't mean zero investment or no standards. Innovation can be fostered through dedicated public research and development funds, similar to how foundational internet technologies were developed. We can also encourage innovation through competitive tendering for network management and service provision contracts, even within a public framework. Furthermore, a universally connected and digitally skilled population itself becomes a massive driver of innovation. The demand and creative use of the internet by everyone will spur new applications and services, regardless of whether access is paid for individually or collectively. The goal is to shift the incentive from purely profit-driven expansion to socially beneficial development and universal upliftment.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. Ms. Davis, you've outlined the economic challenges and proposed alternative, targeted solutions. However, if internet access is not recognized as a fundamental right, and we rely on market forces and targeted aid, how do we effectively and comprehensively address the growing digital divide that leaves significant portions of the population increasingly marginalized in an ever more digital world? Are these measures truly sufficient to ensure no one is left behind?
Isabel, addressing the digital divide is paramount, and I believe my proposed measures are robust enough if implemented effectively and scaled appropriately. Targeted subsidies ensure that those who genuinely cannot afford access receive the necessary support, directly addressing the affordability barrier. Community access centers provide a crucial safety net, offering high-quality internet in accessible public locations for those who may not need or cannot manage a home connection, such as the elderly or transient populations. Promoting robust competition among private ISPs can also naturally drive down prices and improve service quality, making access more affordable for a larger segment of the population. This market dynamism, coupled with smart regulation to ensure fair practices, can be very effective. It's not about leaving people behind, but about finding the most sustainable and efficient pathways to bring everyone along, ensuring that resources are used wisely to achieve the best possible outcomes without unintended negative economic consequences.
In closing, I want to re-emphasize that in the 21st century, internet access is not a mere convenience. It is a fundamental pillar of modern existence, as essential as literacy was in previous generations. We've discussed the profound impact it has on education, employment, healthcare, and democratic participation. To deny universal, free access is to perpetuate and deepen societal inequalities, creating a two-tiered society of digital haves and have-nots. The arguments against, while highlighting genuine challenges of cost and implementation, ultimately fall short when weighed against the immense societal benefits and the moral imperative to ensure equal opportunity for all. The challenges are not insurmountable. With political will, innovative funding models, and a commitment to public good, we can build a future where everyone is connected. This isn't just about technology. It's about social justice, economic empowerment, and the very fabric of a functioning, inclusive democracy. It is time we shifted our perspective and recognized internet access as a foundational human right. Investing in it, as we invest in our collective future, let us choose to build bridges, not walls, in this digital age.
Thank you. Throughout this debate, I've stressed that while internet access is undeniably crucial, The proposal to make it a free, universal human right carries significant practical and economic risks that we cannot ignore. The immense costs of infrastructure and maintenance, the potential for market distortion, the stifling of innovation, and the inherent difficulties in defining and guaranteeing such a right are serious considerations. My position is not one of opposition to access, but rather a call for a pragmatic and sustainable approach. We can achieve widespread, affordable access through targeted subsidies for those in need, investment in community access points, and policies that foster robust competition among service providers. These methods address the core issue of the digital divide effectively, without incurring the massive public expenditure and market disruptions associated with a blanket free-for-all declaration. A balanced approach is essential, one that encourages access and affordability while preserving market dynamics that drive innovation and efficiency. Let us focus on smart, fiscally responsible solutions that empower individuals and communities, without undermining the economic principles that support technological progress and service quality for everyone. Ultimately, our goal should be effective and sustainable connectivity, achieved through careful policy, not sweeping declarations that may prove unworkable in the long term.
Thank you, Dr. Carter and Ms. Davis, for a truly engaging and thought-provoking debate on such a vital contemporary issue. Dr. Carter has passionately argued for internet access as a fundamental human right, essential for equality and participation, emphasizing long-term societal benefits over initial costs. Ms. Davis has countered with pragmatic concerns about economic feasibility, market impact, and has proposed alternative, targeted solutions to bridge the digital divide. It's clear that while the importance of internet access is undisputed, the path to ensuring equitable access is complex and multifaceted, involving deep economic, social, and ethical considerations. We hope this discussion has provided our audience with valuable insights and encouraged further reflection on how we can best navigate the future of connectivity for all. Thank you for joining us on Future Forward. Good evening.